Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Rebirth Summit 2025 Stories of Unyielding Courage. I am Janine Emily Smith, co host of the national TV show Rockstar Diaries, Healing Out Loud, and host of the Rise and Roar with the Badass Lioness podcast, where we are bold enough to begin, audacious enough to dream, determined to rise, divine by design, aligned in purpose, strong in soul, so we can shine our light. I am your legacy leadership and story to stage coach. I help women rise, revive, and thrive by transforming their stories into superpowers and their purpose into legacy, level, impact, influence, and income. I am so honored to be selected as an interviewer for this international summit featuring 100 plus inspiring stories of transformation and rebirth. Today, I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing Kelly Parker. She is the founder of the Make Your Mark movement, a mission-driven platform that helps women break free from limiting beliefs and rewrite the stories that hold them back. After her own experience of playing small in direct sales, Kelly realized the true barrier wasn't lack of strategy, but mindset. Today, she equips women with the tools and confidence to step boldly into businesses and lives that really reflect who they are, blending her reroute the script method. I love that. Coaching programs and live events. She has turned their life experiences into a powerful mission to help others. Let's welcome Kelly Parker to the conversation.
Hello. So glad to be
Hello.
here.
Hello, Kelly. Hey, so glad to have you here. I want to start right from the beginning. What was your life like before your transformation? I want you to describe the situation emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. Help us feel where you were.
Hmm. I was always searching for something. I wasn't sure what it was, but I was always searching for more, something to feel more complete and useful, I guess, more purpose behind it, outside of being a mother, of course, and a wife. But, and it always seemed to turn, I would always, see somebody pitching their offer, of this great opportunity that's going to make all my dreams come true. And I was probably a recruiter's perfect person to walk up because I just always was just the shiny object girl. And I was always, grabbing and saying yes because it sounded so great. And I got so excited. And every time it never failed, it would just, get the build was there and I was so excited. And then a year or so in, and it started to fizzle and dwindle off, left me feeling like a failure,
Oh,
like I didn't want it, must not have wanted it bad enough. And and then I would quit. And so then I felt like a quitter and somebody who couldn't complete anything, that it wasn't meant to be for me to, make something big. And so that was kind of my life for whew, uh, years and years, over and over. That cycle. And and then, something else would pop up and it would happen again. And I would go, this is the one, this is the one. And then it got to be where family and friends, I would, be excited about it. And they were like, okay, what's she doing now? You know,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and it really, it didn't help because it was already what my mind was already saying.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And something that I'll probably, and so I keep thinking of the past, and so it's going to just probably fizzle out again, really. So it was just a series of failures, a series of quitting,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Every time it like confirmed the past,
Right.
it just kept repeating over and over.
Oh, I hear you, Kelly. And I really want to know, what was that breaking or turning point? What was, that major moment that forced change? Like, can you explain to us what happened?
Yeah, I had made a decision because I had about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I wanted my own business because I could tell that I just wasn't. getting where I wanted to go in the routes that I had taken
Yeah.
in that direct selling route. And I wanted to start my own business. So I did my first summit, hosted
Oh.
my first summit, and then I dropped the ball and quit again. And then I started work at the beginning of this year. I started really working on myself. And because I realized there was something in common between all of this, and it was me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did some therapy sessions, and it always came back to these things that I just wanted to know, why am I the way I am? Why do I procrastinate all the time? All those questions that I just wanted answered. What am I
Yeah.
meant to do?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a purpose. And um, so I did another summit, but in the process of working and building that summit, that was the pivotal moment that happened inside there. Because I had made the decision to not give up again. But had I not realized a few things in the process, I don't know that I wouldn't have.
Gotcha.
So I had started like journaling and recounting memories of my childhood because I had learned a lot, been reading a lot about limiting beliefs, and I thought, yeah, we all have them. I must be not confident. I'm a procrastinator, all the things, but I didn't understand where they came from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I stumbled upon my reroute the method or reroute the script method. That's what I called it after just the epiphany happened. And I realized when I went and did my process, I could see where all those beliefs started.
Mm-hmm.
And I was picturing myself as a child and the feelings that I experienced, the actions that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could see it plain as day how uh, they're still happening. All of that is still going on. I was still just wanting to to belong. I wanted to be needed. I wanted to be a purpose, and all of the feelings that I had, but all of the things that I did to stay small and
Mm-hmm.
be uh don't speak out, be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And all of
Mm-hmm.
those things kept me small, and it has changed my life.
You, man, I feel like we're sisters. Your transformation story is a lot like mine. And you already did start talking about that transformation process and your method that you use. Can you walk us through the internal process a little bit more, like your fears, breakthroughs, healing decisions, steps forward?
Yeah. Once I realized what uh, the way the world had made me,
Mm-hmm.
well, it did. I mean, it formed me as a child. I didn't know what was happening, and it was still coming through in my actions and everything I did today. I didn't have boundaries. I couldn't say no. I was a people pleaser. So many things that just kept me as a not a priority and kept me not believing that I could do anything really, on my own that was worth anything. I didn't think I had a story because nothing major had happened in my life. Stories have something big and that make you just get clicked in. And I started thinking, once I did this, it was like, I do have a story that could relate to a lot of women. And then I wanted to be on podcast. I wanted to tell it. I wanted to get vulnerable that I wasn't willing to do before because I was too scared. And now it's still coming to me. Still, it's revealing itself over and over on things because I learned too that it wasn't necessarily things that people said to me that um, might have crushed my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I was always a
Mm-hmm.
bigger girl, so I was made fun of and bullied and things like that. But it was also the things that were never said,
Ah.
like you made the team.
Mm-hmm.
I want you on my team first when you're choosing
Mm-hmm.
to, you know, uh, the things that were never said also spoke volumes to me.
Mm-hmm.
And now I realize that those don't define me.
Yeah.
But now I will say that you will have to always be aware. It's the awareness that changes your life. The knowing it get you started. But then in life, being aware when they start to show up again.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, if you're not invited somewhere, okay, then I could start feeling those feelings again.
Mm-hmm.
But then I say, okay, that doesn't mean anything about me, you know,
Yes.
and I can say, no, I don't want to hear that. I have a different mindset now. And then I choose to listen to that. And then it empowers me again to look at my everything that I teach or coach or mentor on. It's got a foundation of truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All stuff from the past that we've learned and lived with is just a bunch of people's opinions, beliefs, and that is not truth. And I guide my people through, and I will prove to them in their lives what how, I will disprove that stuff and
Mm-hmm.
find the truth that they can base everything on from this point out. Because
Yes.
you know, how many times am I invited?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not that I'm not wanted.
Right.
So it's just a life-changing experience.
Yes, we cannot control what others say, think, do. We can just control our response, what's inside. I want you on my team, though, and I'm inviting you right now to be on the Rise and Roar with the Badass Lioness because your story could help so many other women, and that is what it is about. And, my next question, because we all have that special person or special event or something. Did you have anybody in your life, and it could be God, but did you have that special something or someone that helped you in your process?
Not really. It,
Oh.
it was more of a self-discovery, honestly, because I didn't quit. And funny enough, though, it is God that guides me because, like I said, everything that I try to do and try to focus on is truths.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And He is truth. He's already said who I am, what I am, how precious I am, how worthy I am.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Yes.
if I can't find truth in what I've done,
Right.
I can still go to that because that is the truth. And that is, I have, if I can't believe that, then I can't believe anything else. And so that shows me that the truth is the way. And he said what he said. I mean, he said it.
Mm-hmm.
And that in itself is it's empowering and it's such a good feeling to know how special I really am.
You are. You are a child of God. You are worthy. And that leads me to my next question because I want to know how you're where you're at with your journey now, how your life is different.
It is different because I am stepping in now. I am stepping into the arenas. I am taking bolder moves, whether or not I'm confident yet, because I always thought I had to be confident. And I do know now that courage has to come first. And so I'm saying yes to things I wouldn't have said yes to. Um, like stuff like this, even I wouldn't have done it before. I just had somebody message me, "Do you want to be part of my summit?" And this morning, so doors are opening because I've been saying yes and being courageous, and I don't worry about what others think because that was the only thing I used to worry about was like, oh my gosh, what is everybody going to think?
Yeah.
Because past things that they've said, you know, oh, what's she doing now? Oh, now she's selling this or blah blah. I used to worry so much about it, and now it's not about them, their concerns. It's not. It's me. And I just have to be boldly me. I have to continue to work on my boundaries because I am a people pleaser. It is a process. It is not like a flip of the switch. It's daily, but the awareness, like I said, makes all the difference. And some days are worse than others, some days are fabulous, but I am being courageous and I'm being brave because I know I have something that can change people's lives. And I know
Yes.
that there's something there. I found my purpose and I know the impact that it can make. And that is the joy that I've been missing. I found my passion.
Wow, Kelly, high five from a distance.
Oh yeah.
You already mentioned the reroute the
The script.
script method. That is such a cool title. So you're using that. Can you explain that a little bit? How are you helping others today?
So the whole premise of Reroute the Script is they're deeply rooted, our limiting beliefs, because they've been there since like grade school, second grade. And what I help them do is I take them back and be in a moment. And that's how I did it. And I want you to be in that moment. I want you to be in that classroom. I want you to be at your dinner table or whatever. I want you to smell it. I want you to be there. Just remember everything, see everything. And then things start coming out just naturally. And once we find out the things that you thought, how you felt, all that, I'm gonna, we're gonna uproot it. We're gonna dig deep for it. We're gonna dig deep down and we're gonna uproot that. And then I'm going to learn more about my clients. I learn more about them. I ask them a lot of questions about their life now and what they've done. And then I'm going to reroute that in the truth that I told them that I would find to disprove all the other garbage that they've been living with. And we reroute it in truth. And then you've got a solid foundation. The
Hmm.
beliefs and all the other things are just wish-washy and nothing stands on it. It can't hold the walls. It can't frame anything,
Hmm.
and so we're gonna reroute it into truth. And then we're gonna build. We're gonna build whatever, build that wall, build this wall, and we're gonna build a firm business that is based on what your passion is and your true deep skills are. And then it will withstand and grow.
I love that. And we're running out of time, but I do want to hear. So if somebody's stuck in pain, just stuck, what golden nugget? You've mentioned so many golden nuggets, but what message would you have for that person?
If you're stuck, don't quit. I just want you to just trust me that you're stuck for a reason. There's something there, and it's more than likely your mindset, and more than likely it's some limiting belief.
Hmm.
And it took me years and years to figure this out. And whether it's me or somebody else, I truly believe that if you would reach out and get somebody to help you figure it out, walk with you and ask the questions and get deep,
Hmm.
I truly believe that you can find out what's holding you back
Yes.
and get past it. I never thought I would say that because I didn't think I would, but now I'm a believer. So I think it is important. I did it alone, and I'm not saying that that was the best way. So I do think that getting a mentor of some sort to be there with you to, and honestly, to hold you accountable. Because I think if you
Yes.
don't, with the patterns that I had, I would have given up again, and I didn't. But if I have to answer to somebody, I'm a people pleaser to do the job. So luckily, I did it on my own, but I don't want anybody to have to wait till they're 56, 55, 50, whatever. I don't want them to have to, but it's possible, but you'll have
Yes.
a better chance at it. And I think that just having that camaraderie, it makes a big difference.
Thank you, Kelly, so much for sharing your heart and your powerful story. Your journey is certainly a beacon of hope. I'd love to stay in contact and tune in on YouTube to our Rockstar Diaries TV show. It's at Rockstar Diaries TV show, and to the Rise and Roar with the Badass Lioness, which is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere. And this has been another incredible conversation on the Rebirth Summit 2025 Stories of Unyielding Courage. And we are signing off now. Rebirth TV. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you so much.